subject as last time if you've watched my other videos, anxiety. Now, I'm going to say positive things about anxiety. Well, you're probably thinking there's nothing positive about it, but there is in a way. Positive things about anxiety and negative things about anxiety. Now, the positive things about anxiety are the fact that it's only a test to see how you cope in a stressful situation. The other positive thing about anxiety is the fact that it is the survival mechanism of the body's natural way to the flight or fight response. The negative thing about anxiety, and there is definitely more negatives than there is positives, is the feeling of feeling very ill. It can become very unpleasant. It can be very disabling. It can be very depressing. But there are ways to cure anxiety, or just to help lower anxiety levels. And I'm no doctor, I'm no specialist, but there are ways to help anxiety. Now, you might think, I'm anxious all the time, no one can help me, I can't help myself, I'm always going to be an anxious person. Stop there. Come on, that's been very negative. You've got to think positive. As hard as it may feel to think positive, you have to think positive, and you have to fight your anxiety. Don't let it make you feel weak. Right, what causes anxiety are the worried thoughts. If they're persistent, they make you feel very anxious. When you're anxious, you start to feel sick, shaky, trembly. It's the same as a panic attack, but a panic attack comes and goes very quickly, where anxiety usually persists maybe for the whole day. It could be days, months, years, everything like that. Might come into anxiety disorder we have every day. You can get types of different ones like social anxiety, generalised anxiety disorder. There are so many types. Now, everyone gets anxious at times in their lives, but you might be just more on the line of severe anxiety than you are just occasionally getting anxious over something. You might get anxious about starting a new job. You might get anxious about even getting married as well as being excited. That can become quite nerve-wracking. It's a massive day for you. You might be very scared about even just meeting someone. You might be scared about starting a new school. Anything like that make you feel nervous. Going on stage, that's very nerve-wracking if you've got to perform or something, it can be very nerve-wracking. Mostly everyone has actually suffered with a panic attack. They are very common, especially in women. But there are ways to deal with anxious thoughts. Now, the doctor usually gets a lot of people in who suffer with anxiety. It's very common, and they usually recommend these pills to you. You might have heard of diazepam, Prozac, Propanolol, fluoxetine, and there's listfuls of anxiety and panic attack tablets. Now, it's not always the best solution because of the side effects, but in the long run, medication can really help calm anxiety down. And there are actual cures for anxiety, and I know there's cures, but there's no way of me telling you how to cure it because I actually don't know. But there are tips on how to help deal with the feeling of being anxious. Now, when you feel anxious, it actually can make you feel like you're in danger, because if you get these worried thoughts, your brain is very powerful, isn't it, obviously, to get all these thoughts and everything and give answers to things. Now, because the brain's so powerful, it can trick, now listen to the word, trick you into danger. There is no real danger present, but your brain thinks there is. That's how powerful your brain is, to think that something bad's going to happen. Okay, and you might get health scares, social anxiety, where you're very nervous about talking to new people or even your friends, shyness and everything like that. I mean, I was very shy at school, so that's sort of social anxiety. Now I've got more of I get worried about my health all the time, so I've got like health anxiety. Now, coping with it can seem impossible, but you can't think of it like that, because you got to think of anxiety, as I said, as in a positive way, that it's just a test. It's there to challenge you, to see how you can cope in situations that out of your comfort zone, basically. A lot of people on YouTube have anxiety, have said best thing to do is not avoid the situation, is to go and do it, because the more times you repeat it, the less anxious you will feel, and you will notice that. And I can promise you that you will notice that straight away. If you're scared about getting on a bus, just do it. If you feel like you're having a panic attack, try and sit there. But if you really can't, just get off. But try and go through that panic attack. Try and just feel the fear. It should calm you down anyway, if you just think positively about panic. And don't let it escalate. Don't keep thinking, oh no, I'm going to collapse or something on this bus, everyone's going to be staring at me, blah blah blah. That's going to make you feel worse. So guys, think positively about anxiety, seriously. I get distracted because I've got Facebook, everyone's sending me messages. A lot of people don't know I suffer with it, because anxiety is obviously a mental condition where it's hidden, it's not physically shown. So apart from, obviously, if your heart rate's going and you go, that's more showing it, but I mean, anxiety is usually just hidden. I mean, obviously people are not psychic, they can't read what you're thinking. They might sort of guess that you're down or think you're in deep thought if you're just blankly staring at the wall or something, because that's obvious signs are showing it. But in your head, these thoughts, people just don't know what you're thinking about, and the person that's thinking them can become very scared. Now, I'm going to a place called Gateway Team. I've told people many times in the previous videos that they help with, they're professionals, they specialise with people with OCD and phobias and everything. And I've been there before and it's really helped me, but this was 2 years ago, so now I'm trying to get some more answers to why I'm getting these thoughts. Now, they're very scary for me, and even getting on a bus, it's going to scare me, but I'm going to think positive about it, that I'm going to help myself. Don't leave anxiety untreated. There's nothing, you can't cure it yourself. You've got to get some professional answers for why you have anxiety, blah blah blah. Don't think you're on your own. Don't think it's going to harm you. It's just physical sensations. You might cry when you're anxious. You might cry when you have a panic attack. Don't feel like a fool. It's completely common. Seriously, guys, don't feel ashamed, because panic attacks are scary feelings. So just let your tears out, and don't. If people are looking at you, it gets frustrating, and just say, look, I had a panic attack, so I was scared. Just come out of it. You know, not a lot of people, people with nervous experience have no idea. I know most people call the ambulance out on a heart attack and stuff before. It's very scary. Palpitations are scary as well, but it's nothing to harm you. So if you feel that scared, go to the GP and get checked over. I've been checked over and I'm fine, but I've just been told my heart rate's up a lot. That's because I'm anxious, okay? So there's nothing really to be worried about. Nothing to be worried about. Think positive about anxiety, not negatively, like I said. Yeah, look out down below on the comment board, because I'm going to put some websites that can really help, places you can go and get help and stuff, and a bit more of a description of how long I've been suffering for and how I've coped with it over the past. So hopefully this information has helped you. Sorry about my webcam's not a brilliant picture, and sorry about the microphone's probably very loud or crackly or something, it usually is. But I look forward to hearing from your comments soon, guys.